The Institute for Supply Management's annual conference is fast approaching. On May 6th, thousands of industry professionals will gather in Nashville, Tennessee to network, exchange best practices, and discuss emerging trends. Here at Source One, we're getting ready for the year's premier supply management conference with our new series, ISM2018 Session Insights. Tune in every week to hear our experts discuss the topics that promise to dominate the conversation at this year's conference. 2017's final months brought the year to a close on a destructive note. Supply chains across North America were forced to contend with a series of highly dangerous and damaging storms. For many procurement professionals, these events were a much-needed wake-up call. Unsurprisingly, ISM 2018's agenda is full of sessions dedicated to weatherproofing the supply chain and responding to natural disasters. In anticipation of these conversations, Senior Analyst Dejana Dosen joins ISM 2018 Session Insights to discuss the impact of last year's storms. She also offers her tips for maintaining a solid procurement department if and when disaster strikes.
So before we get started, Dejana, would you mind introducing yourself and describing your role at Source One?
I'm Dejana Dosen, and I'm a Senior Analyst at Source One Management Services. I focus on a lot of the supply chain work that we do here.
You've written a lot about the rising price of wood pulp. To start us off, could you describe some of the industries and spend categories most affected by these rises in price?
Sure. The price of wood pulp affects any industry that purchases large amounts of paper-based packaging products. This can range from the consumer packaged goods industries to food and beverage, all the way to the pharmaceutical industry. The list is really endless. As far as spend categories, the most affected will be packaging, MRO, and office supplies.
And how much of an increase are we talking about here?
Originally, the price of wood pulp was expected to increase at an annualized rate of 5% to 2019. However, Hurricane Harvey and Irma hit and caused additional price increases that resulted in 10 to 15% increases as of November 2017.
And what are some of the companies in these spaces doing to offset this unexpected rise in production costs?
Manufacturers that rely on materials as an input are forced to absorb the increased production costs. However, suppliers and distributors of paper-based packaging products are passing on their costs to buyers. With the increase in demand for these products, suppliers are able to increase their overall prices for these items, which will help them counter-react to input costs. So this does mean that buyers will be paying more for these products.
So one of the things that surprised me about your articles on pulp and paper prices was that rapid digitization and an increased demand for paper products are happening simultaneously. What are some of the factors contributing to this growing demand for paper products?
Yes, that is a good point. The two main factors that are really influencing this growing demand is higher consumer spending and growth in e-commerce. Consumers are willing to spend more money due to the improving economic activity, and the growth in e-commerce is giving them the ability to make purchases from almost anywhere with high-speed internet capabilities. In results, we are seeing an increase in online purchases and a growing demand for various packaging products used to deliver these online purchases.
You first reported on these rising prices all the way back in May of 2017. That might not seem long ago on paper, but no pun intended, but the rash of natural disasters toward the end of last year caused some dramatic changes to North America's supply chains. How did this fall's various hurricanes impact pulp and paper pricing in particular?
Hurricane Harvey and Irma caused tremendous damage to various paper mills from Texas to Georgia and Florida, which forced an immediate shutdown. Now, these mills alone produced over 6.5 million tons a year, which naturally caused an immediate disruption on materials coming from that region. The demand for paper-based packaging products continued to increase, but supply reached its lowest point, which resulted in price increases of 10 to 15% that lasted throughout November. Since hurricanes hit, pulp and paper pricing did decrease a bit, but we are still expecting to see 6 to 10% increases beginning end of February going into March.
And how are companies working to recover? What services have they requested from us?
Companies with high purchasing of paper-based packaging products are working to find alternatives to offset the increase in pricing. Some companies are looking for alternate products aboard in countries like China, though the concern with that approach is that finding alternates with lower pricing can offset the quality of the products and lead to more problems down the line, especially for companies that look to their packaging as a way to enhance the appeal of a product. Now, Source One has helped companies take on a new approach to lower their packaging costs through strategic sourcing initiatives. This includes taking a look at the current supply base and finding areas where supplier consolidation would be appropriate, as well as determining optimal run sizes, establishing index-based price points, and negotiating with suppliers with the full understanding of market rates. These approaches allow companies to maintain quality while bringing in significant savings.
You've been listening to ISM2018 Session Insights. Tune in next week to hear more from the procurement leaders at Source One. See you in Nashville.